I guess when I think of Mother Angelica and reflecting back on her life, I can talk about the effect that she had on me. I came into the church in 2003, and it was shortly after that that I started watching EWTN and started watching her program. And I really enjoyed her. Of course, you hear about her spunk, and of course, we see that on TV as well. And I really enjoyed her lessons from the scriptures and how down to earth she was. And then when Raymond Arroyo's biography of Mother Angelica came out, I of course got a copy of that book and started reading it, and I was really inspired by a lot of the stories that were in there. Seeing how she had such a difficult life in her early years with her family, and all the obstacles that she had to overcome in her life with so many physical difficulties, and trying, of course, when she was trying to get the network started. And one of the stories that I like to tell when I give tours at EWTN is the story of how Mother Angelica acquired the satellite. For the benefit of those who do not know it, when Mother Angelica was getting the network started, the nuns were making purchases for the network, and of course, trying to get the network up and running. And they were still in need of initiating the contract for the satellite, and it was going to cost $600,000 as a down payment for the satellite and for the service. And the nuns didn't have the money for that. And it happened that the day came when the satellite was going to be delivered, and it was delivered. And the man was there, and he needed $600,000 in order to assemble a satellite. And of course, the nuns didn't have the money, so Mother Angelica, I think, was a little discouraged at this time, and she wasn't quite sure what to do. So she went into the chapel, and she knelt down and said, "Lord, I think I blew it. You need to help me with this." And as she was in the chapel, she starts to go out, and one of the sisters meets her and says that there's this man on the phone. And Deacon Bill Steltemeyer was there. He witnessed this whole thing, and he says that when Mother Angelica answered the phone, it turned out to be this man who was on a yacht in the Bahamas, and he had been reading Mother Angelica's many books that she was writing back in the 60s and 70s, I believe. And he was really inspired by those books, and they were really helping him with his family. He was having difficulties with his family, and he said he wanted to make a contribution to her community in the amount of $600,000, which is exactly what she needed. So she says to the man, "Can you wire this to me as soon as you can?" And he was able to wire the money that day, and that's how EWTN got started. And so, against all the odds, she stepped out in faith, and she continued to have that simple faith in the Lord, that simple trust in the Lord. And that was really inspiring to me in my own vocation, because at the time, after I came into the church in 2003, started discerning a vocation to the priesthood and religious life in 2005. And I was having difficulty, not sure where to go, what to do next. And, reading Mother Angelica's biography, that really helped me to strengthen my faith and to step out in faith in the way that she did. And so, it came time for me to, visit with different communities. I ended up visiting with the Capuchins, and I visited with this community a couple of times, and really liked the Franciscan missionaries, and like the men here, very down to earth men here, and the devotion to the Eucharist and to the Blessed Sacrament. And it came time for me to step out in faith, just like Mother Angelica did, and it's just one of those things where you just have to do it. You have to step out in faith, and you have to trust in the Lord that He's going to lead you in the right direction. And I can say that He hasn't steered me wrong yet. So I think that would be the message that I think Mother Angelica would have for us through this story of her acquisition of the satellite.